When's your due date?
Whatever you're doing right now, I need you to stop and watch this video.
Fuck! When's your due date?
Right now.
So you don't have to be an OBGYN. You don't have to have any medical knowledge to know that this woman is in distress.
Is your due date 11?
For those primal screams, not to invoke an ounce of humanity. Think about that.
What? How many times have you been pregnant?
Seriously, who gives a fuck? A baby's coming.
3.
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes.
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
Third baby, it's in my ass, means she's gonna have a baby on the floor unless she gets that woman to a room now.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lying is her doctor.
Let's talk about this Dallas video because it's not just bad behavior, it's dangerous, it's discriminatory, and it's why black women in this country keep dying. The young woman's in active labor, and clinically we all know that priorities shift. Intake stops, and your eyes should be on that mom and the baby. But instead, we're watching a nurse sit there asking frivolous questions while a black woman is clearly in distress, progressing, and not treated with the urgency and dignity that she deserves. It's not just rude, it's dangerous. It's egregious, and it's actually disgusting medical care. And I need y'all to understand something, that as a black OBGYN, this is not an isolated incident. This is a culture. And this is what happens when a healthcare system that is not designed for anyone outside the majority, this is how it affects and shapes the legacy and how black women are treated in real time. This is our maternal mortality numbers. This is how black women end up ignored, undiagnosed, untreated, and unprotected. It's a bias, it's systematic, and it's behavior like this that gets passed down, normalized, excused. This is a culture problem in Dallas, Texas probably as a whole. And a culture doesn't change with a press release. It changes with accountability, retraining, leadership, consequences, and a refusal to let people like this touch patients. So, in closing, black women deserve urgency, compassion, and clinical excellence. This ain't it. What we saw was unacceptable, and it's time that the healthcare system finally stops pretending that this doesn't happen. You need to do better.
If I sat here and said that I'm surprised about what happened to that woman that was giving birth in the ER and was ignored, I'd be lying to you. That shit happens more than you motherfucking know. The only thing is, like, it was captured on camera, and I'm so glad that her mom, whoever it was, recorded that. Because had she didn't, that nurse would have never gotten caught and would have kept on doing that bullshit. Okay, and that nurse got fired, whoop-de-doo. But that woman had to fucking suffer before all that shit happened. And it makes you ask yourself, how many other patients has she done that to? And first of all, that woman was failed from the front desk. Other nurses, doctors, medical staff in that facility that heard her screaming from next door. Nobody came in to say, are you okay in here? Do you guys need help? She was failed by multiple people. And then y'all wonder why y'all sit here and be confused to why black people, when they see a white nurse or a white provider coming in, they're side-eyeing them. Hello? And then y'all wonder why black women are 3 times more likely to fucking die in labor? Because of that. That woman was clearly pushing, grunting, having a baby. And that fucking nurse sat there and asked her what's her fucking due date, what pregnancy this is. And that patient, I'm so proud of her, because even through all of that pain and suffering, she's answering questions. She should have cussed that fucking nurse out and told her and her questions to go to hell. You should have been calling a motherfucking rapid or calling fucking code something, calling L&D, something to get as many hands in that room as possible. It was cringing as an L&D nurse to watch that video. I could not believe what I was watching, and I couldn't believe how long it went on for. I just hope that the mom and the baby ends up having a better experience in L&D and postpartum than she had in that fucking ER.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing super fine and great whenever you are watching this episode from. Now, black people, to be specific, black women are furious, angered, and outraged about an outrageous viral video of a white nurse that was seen neglecting a black woman who was literally pregnant with labor pains and needed urgent attention. She was literally struggling, in pain. But that white nurse, because she was white and the woman who was about to give birth was black, she just decided to ignore her, neglect her. Now, black people are outrageous about this. They are calling upon the hospital to sue immediately, to fire that nurse immediately, her license to be revoked, and to never ever get employed anywhere on the face of medical field because of her negligence that went viral, and people are literally talking about it. And in this video, black people will be expressing their thoughts, will be expressing their frustrations, will be expressing their anger, will be calling her out, this nurse who literally neglected a black woman because of her color. And they are asking, if you are racist, why choose to work in such field that racism is not needed? Let's watch this video together, guys, and then we shall be giving or sharing our opinions at the end.
Look at this. When's your due date?
Right now.
Is your due date? 11.
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3.
This is your third pregnancy? You
Yes.
have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass.
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
She's clearly in pain and literally in labor. And this, listen to this.
Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the black ones?
Beverly, this is a first patient for you. Last name is Jones. She's G3P2. Not sure what her due date is.
Not sure what her
Her due date is
Just
the
said it was
10th.
the 10th.
I think her due date is the 10th.
They just told her.
She had 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2 infections.
She's not even logging the information. At least not properly.
I bet y'all listen next time.
This poor woman.
When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
And she literally gave birth. That they said she literally gave birth 12 minutes after that. Do you all see what that funky nurse did? She sat there and took her sweet time. Now, I don't even know what happened before this that prompted the woman to start recording, but she probably was taking, they said they sat there for 30 minutes. 30 minutes while this lady was in active labor. Who does that? She's screaming and writhing in pain, and you sit up and ask her, when's your due date? After she's told you. You could have got all of her information from the woman that was sitting next to her while you was wheeling her into the dang on delivery room. This is why we have such, oh my God, such a high mortality rate during childbirth. Higher than any other race of women. We are 6 times more likely to experience birth complications and 3.5 times more likely, more higher than white women, to be unalive during childbirth. It is because these people do not see us as human. It is because, not all, but these people do not see us as human. Y'all already know that we are the reason for certain surgeries. We are the reason for certain things that happens at the OBGYN, certain procedures, because they experimented on us with no anesthesia, because they thought that we experienced pain, less pain than the I'm trying to calm down because this triggered me so bad. It triggered me so badly to see her in agonizing pain. And this woman got the nerve to sit up there and be moving like blackberry molasses and then wasn't even logging in the information properly. She literally said, we're not sure of the due date. After they told her. They told her the due date not even 5 minutes ago. These people do not care. And not all. Like, you will find some that actually do care. But it like, this is too common. This is too common. Even Serena Williams, multi-millionaire, probably a billionaire with her net worth combined with her husband's. She's probably a billionaire at this point. She had birth complications. She had some type of infection because she kept saying, I'm in pain. And they didn't believe her because they look at us as a subhuman. For real. We have to have, if you having a baby, you got to have your birthing plans together. You got to have somebody that you could trust. You got to really Do your due diligence when you are finding a hospital, a doctor, a midwife, whatever it is, because this is absurd. What do y'all think about this? And honestly, I feel like she has a lawsuit on her hands because that seems like malpractice to me. I'm sorry. You gonna have that lady sitting there. And then I was showing somebody else this, a man, and he was like, oh, well, the lady made it worse. Like, she shouldn't have said, do y'all treat black people like this, because it probably could have caused her to move slower. And I get that, whatever. He's like, you just record and make sure that you're taking care of the pregnant woman and make sure, and then get out of there. I'm like, I get it, but at the end of the day, what the hell are we supposed to do if we don't use our voices to speak up? Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
So the nurse was terminated. The nurse that y'all saw the video, right? So this is the thing. That was step one. Step two, I see that a lot of people have already reported her license to the Texas Board of Nursing. The next thing, what I really want to talk about, how can we fix this on a systemic level? It's going to have to start with, first of all, if you are racist and if you hold biases, we all have biases, right? But if you are racist, you should not be working for the public at all. Find you something else where you don't have to deal with people, because you're going to come into a person of color. You're going to come into a person with different background, different cultures than you. And if you don't even have the decency to have respect for other people, other cultures, then you need to be working in the public. You definitely need to be working in healthcare, periods. So what I'm proposing is that on the curriculum level, when you're going through these nursing programs and residency program and any type of program, there needs to be a lesson on healthcare disparities. Present cases, a case like this with the black woman in active labor. Okay, you need to talk about cultures, different cultures, how to respect one another. That needs to be done on the curriculum level first, and then when you are hired, it needs to, you know how you do all those modules. If you're a nurse, you know what I'm talking about. You do all those yearly modules. That needs to be a part of your modules. Checking your biases, checking cultural respect, whatever they want to call it. That's what I propose, something like that. But definitely, if you're a racist, you do not need to be working in health care at all.
LaCrista Vaughn is the name of the nurse who literally sat there and asked a woman who's actively in labor and having contractions, water has broken. You're sitting there in your fucking computer asking her these irrelevant questions. I just saw the most disgusting video, and when I tell y'all, like, that everybody needs to be sued. Everybody involved, the whole hospital, take everybody down. I just got off of the mom's account. The whole experience was horrible from start to finish. When they pull up, the nurses come outside to tell them to park in the front. Bitch, I'm in the back dying right now. I'm literally having contractions. I'll put the mom's app below and y'all can watch all the videos and get all the story. When I tell y'all, that is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen. That lady could have died right there in that wheelchair and nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. And since the mom was under so much stress in that situation, clearly we're seeing it. You can hear in her screams how much pain she's in. The baby ended up coming out with his eyes open, and he also pooped inside of the mom, and it was a green like fluid, and people in the comments were saying, well, this is what happens when like a baby is in distress. And even in the follow-up video, you can just tell the mom and the son are both just so like drained, tired, traumatized, exhausted. Nobody should have to go through that. I cannot believe I just saw that. And look, LaCrista Vaughn is the name of the redhead nurse in the video. This is the Dallas Regional Medical Hospital, and there's other videos going around of this same fucking nurse, and there's someone in a wheelchair just being flopped around like a fish out of water, and she's looking no soul behind the eyes and telling the person to stop recording. Bitch, there's bigger problems going on right now. The way some people will literally work in healthcare, work in the medical field, and just have no sort of empathy, no sort of emotion, no sort of human connection, that whole video, my heart is broken for that mom and the son and for the whole family. I would sue everybody. They need to lawyer up and sue They need to be the owners of that fucking hospital by the end of all this. Cause what the hell did I just watch?
Dallas Regional Medical Center, please step to the front. Step to the front. We have questions. Did y'all go ahead and get rid of this nurse? She's not acceptable to be on staff, okay? I want y'all to understand it's a pass for all of us, okay? As a Dallas resident, it's a pass, okay? Go and get out, all right? Now, I know y'all have seen this video. This is Kiara Jones. Her mom, her channel name is Sugar Babies. I'll leave it in the video. Go over there and make sure you watch all the videos if you have not watched the videos, okay? She is bringing her baby to the hospital to have her baby, and she already got 2 grandbabies, so she's like, this should be a breeze. Her daughter even called to the hospital before she got there to let them know she was on her way. She's in active labor. She got 2 kids before this one, so she knew how to have a baby. It wasn't rocket science for her. She knew how to do this. All she thought she needed to do was get up there, pop the baby out, and be done. No, when she gets there, she is treated like she don't pay bills. You would think she was working the street or something, the behavior that they displayed. No urgency, no customer service skills, no care in the world, just lollygagging. Like ain't nothing coming out. It's a whole baby coming out. She ended up having this baby 12 minutes after this video. 12 minutes. Because they didn't care. They act like she didn't know her doggone body. She pushed 2 babies out. And they asked her all these doggone questions like she was in there with something. She was rest to pop the baby out. No knowledge of you're in active labor. If I'm telling you I'm in active labor, I need to go up to labor and delivery to pop out the baby. I don't need to be sitting down here having a full conversation with you about stuff they can ask me up there as they prep so that I can pop out the baby. Now, they did say they found this nurse. I couldn't find a picture of her, so I'm gonna leave her name, but I'm still gonna be looking for a picture. But ma'am, if you don't want to be a nurse, don't be a nurse. If you don't want to work with the public, they do have positions available for you where you don't have to work in facing positions with the public. Go find one of them positions. If for any reason you are confused, Black women having children is the most dangerous thing for them. But mom is okay. She popped out a beautiful little boy. He is okay. But the grandmama, she's still mad. And I'm with the grandmama. Because if anything would have happened to her baby, y'all would have been pressing charges. And you know you would have. Because she would have told y'all up. She looks like she would have told y'all up. And y'all wasn't ready. Them great grandmas, them great covered. She was covered. But make sure that nurse is no longer employed at your establishment, because it's a no for us, okay? It's a no. That's all it is.
See, this is why it's dangerous to give birth nowadays in these hospitals, because Dallas Regional left that woman to be in agonizing pain while that nurse just sat there and was typing away on the computer, didn't even give this woman the time of day, didn't think not once to check on her, didn't even think to keep her soothed or calmed down, didn't even move her head from the screen. This woman is barely holding still, screaming. You're asking her these questions. I have never seen a hospital conduct a active labor in this manner. That's not how you do that. If you're in active labor, you get pushed to the back. You're dang near like a walking emergency. There's no more emergency than that. And then to find out that the lady gave birth a couple minutes later, like I think between like 10 to 12 minutes later, that's insane. She should have been in a bed. She should have been comfortable. She should have been like that's the care that you're giving out now, Dallas Regional. And the crazy part about it is Dallas Regional is known for doing these things. And a lot of people have these same stories. Not to mention, it's down the street from me, you guys. And I'm sorry, in the medical industry, they always look at Black women when we give birth as like an anomaly. Like, oh, it's okay, they can handle pain. It's like they kind of just blow us off. They don't listen to us. And I had a similar story like hers, not to that effect, but I had a similar story where a nurse was just doing way too much. But it's so important nowadays that you guys have
the right support system with you when you go into these hospitals, because that's how you end up in this situation like that young lady did. You're sitting there in agonizing pain, no help, can't do nothing besides scream and moan and sit in a chair. That woman needs to be fired ASAP.
So the question still remains, if you are a racist, why choose to work somewhere that every race is coming? If you are a racist, why not decide to go in a predominantly white hospital that only treats white people if you hate black people that much? I mean, the pain that woman was feeling is the pain a white woman could have felt when she was exposed to such situation. If you can't take care of a black person, then why choose to be a doctor? What kind of professionalism is that? That woman deserves every medical attention possible, be it from a black nurse, be it from a white nurse, be it from any person of color. This is a life-threatening situation that needs attention immediately. Leave alone the paperwork. We will do it later. Save the mother and the kid. Because literally she gave birth 12 minutes later, which means she was literally in pain. But the nurse, because she saw this woman was black, she thought that she was pretending. She thought that black people don't feel pain. They don't endure pain. They don't go through suffering. They don't bleed. They don't die. She allowed her racial card to play and judge matters affecting life and death. She was very high and mighty because she was white and she thought she was in a better position. So, are you guys thinking about yourselves? What if it was a black person? What if that nurse was a black person? What could have happened to her? The hospital is not yet to respond. Now, black people are calling out the hospital. They are asking the grandmother or that woman who was giving birth to sue the hospital. She should be compensated of her pain she endured due to the ignorance of the whole hospital, not to mention even the doctor, the nurse. The nurse license should be revoked. She should be fired immediately, and she should face every possible consequence of her action for just neglecting a person of color. If it was a white person, we hope and we know that medical attention was available for their exposure. But since it's a black person, they don't care. If you die, you die. If you suffer, you suffer. If your kid dies, he dies. They don't care. And that ignorance and negligence was evident into the nurse's eyes. Tell me what you think about this heartbreaking video about this, and what do you think about the comments they've just released. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. I hope you'll subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in my next episode.